2. Every week we're going to have a reading that is associated with, whatever the talk was. This week's reading is by a woman named Mirabai Starr, who wrote a book called God of Love, which felt very appropriate. The subtitle is A Guide to the Heart of Judaism, Christianity, and Islam. You have the urge, yet are unable to catch hold of the one and tether it to the altar, where you have been taught to believe the one belongs. You cannot name the one that you try, calling it God or Goddess, Allah or Christo, Mother or Lord. You discover that the one cannot rightfully be referred to as he, though tradition sometimes requires that you assign a symbolic gender to the formless. You are incapable of wrapping up the Holy One and presenting it to yourself like a toy or a sandwich, a list of rules or a reward. You have been conditioned to claim the one for your people alone, but then you see him everywhere, everywhere. In a corner of the airport where a man unrolls a small rug and bends to press his forehead, nose, both his hands and all his toes to the ground in submission. In the storefront of the church in the inner city, where poor people sing and weep at the same time. In the grandmother lighting the Sabbath candle and welcoming the bride of Israel. You recognize your God as everyone's God. And you are not only among Jews and Christians and Muslims do you see reflected the face of the one. When the climber reaches the summit and gazes out at 1,000 miles of mountains and valleys, there is the one. When the mother pushes through the shattering pain to give birth, and the infant sucks in his first breath and expels his wild wail, there is the one. When the father drops to his knees in the military cemetery after burying his son and wraps his arms around his own heaving chest, there is the one. In our first kiss, in our final embrace, there is the one. The one shows up in native lodges and Hindu temples, in the deep quiet of Zen meditation halls, and in the ecstatic whirling of dervishes. The one whispers through the words of the poets, through the curving lines of painters, sculptors, and wood carvers, through the symphony and hip-hop, Gregorian chant, hymns in praise of Mother Mary, devotional songs to Lord Shiva, through tobacco and cornmeal offered at dawn to the Great Spirit. The one makes an appearance in the heart of the self-described atheist who gasps in wonder at the beauty of an unexpected snow that fell during the night, carpeting the garden with jewels of frozen light. The one reveals itself as the compassionate father and the protective mother, as the unrequited lover and loyal friend, residing always at the core of our own hearts and utterly invisible. The one transcends all form, all description, all theory, categorically refusing to be defined or confined by our human impulse to unlock the mystery. And the one resides at the center of all that is, ever present and totally available. You remember and forget and remember again, beckon with 1,000 names, limited by none. The God you love is one.
Teach me some each other tonight.
May all that we have received from time together and share the sacred community of faith ceasing you, and we will carry it with us into our lives as we have.
Together we vow, as we end this evening, where we have shared in community and friendship and connectedness together,
And we will take all we have received in communion with each other to our personal communities, both sacred and secular.
together we have,
And here,
and in return,
we will go into the world to see and be your food everywhere.
as we leave now to go out into the world, we ask you for the daily strength to
Act justly, love mercy, and walk humbly with our